Alright, what's good, guys? I'm here with my boy, Splashman PV.
What's up?
Guy's a Shopify expert. He's killing it right now. And today we're just gonna kind of go over some questions. We're gonna kind of just like conversate, give you guys some mindsets, and see what's up about entrepreneurship, and see the difference between like Shopify and the agency. And we're just kind of just sit here, and we're in New York City. And just kind of just talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So first question, we're gonna go over the difference between agency and Shopify. So I'll take it off. I'll let Splashman take it off. So why don't you give us some more about Shopify, the guidelines behind it, and what it entails, and like what's real about it, rather than just kind of all the flash and glam.
So like Shopify, some things you need to know is, it's all about research, right?
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people getting into Shopify because they see the results that people are getting,
Yeah.
but they're not really putting in the time to do the research, product research, researching the competitors. They just think, just get a product out there, do an Instagram shot, and you're good, right? But it's mostly research. It's like, honestly, all I can say is just research. Like, that's basically Shopify dropshipping. And I think the difference between that and agency, like you said, there are some difference, but most of them is, it's sales, right? So you gotta know how to sell.
Yeah.
Like online or to a person, you gotta know how to sell. But like the difference would be agency, you're doing business to business, when Shopify is more like, business to consumer.
Yeah. I guess so. Like you're saying, put in the research before and like kind of figure out like the map and the guideline for it. It's not, like you said, it's not just simply using like an Instagram shout out and then you're gonna make 10K. Well, you have to figure out what's gonna actually bring drive people to actually click on the link and actually buy.
Yeah, basically.
Right? There's like the science, the psychology behind it.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
That you can have like the map, like you can have like almost like a guideline of what to do, right? Put your products out, Instagram, whatever. But mostly it's doing research and, as you said, bringing the traffic. Like using Instagram and Facebook to bring in the right traffic in, because people, they might bring in some traffic. Like I think back in the days, I remember once I had like 1,000 traffic with no sales, right?
Yeah.
So it's just bringing the right traffic, knowing your audience, and knowing who you're selling to, basically. And just doing
I got you. I feel you, yeah. Like I guess to go off that about the agency, the agency is more or less, it's sales, right? Like he was talking about, but at the same token, like you're also putting in effort to kind of bring them more money, more revenue, as opposed to Shopify. You're bringing the store revenue, but it's still, both are still business that are scalable over time.
Yeah.
But I think with the agency, like you know this too, like you have to have a team built around it because you're not going to be able to do it yourself.
Definitely.
You definitely have people around you taking care of fulfilling the orders, right? I have a team around me filling Facebook ads, doing marketing. So it's kind of like a combination of, there's like, I guess like so like map the guideline of it, figuring out what works and what doesn't, testing a lot, and at the end of it also having a team around you to kind of bring it up and make it scalable, because you're not going to be able to do it just on your own, just one person.
Yeah.
So I guess kind of
you're gonna just overwork yourself and just not really leveraging.
It's going to be a burnout.
Exactly.
That's
basically it.
Yeah. All right. So next question here is, how important is personal branding? The two of us have kind of been diving into it recently. I was starting my YouTube, you've been starting YouTube.
Yeah.
Our Instagram, we're trying to grow it, put out new posts. So I guess right now we're catching us in the beginning phases of it. But how important would you say it is? Because you've seen people blow up and I've seen people blow up too.
Yeah.
So.
Like just having that personal brand overall, it just opens up so many opportunities. Like opens doors and stuff like that, right? Like let's say you want to network with people, right?
Yeah.
What I see is like, let's say you have like that dope personal brand, or you're someone who, if you go on the Instagram, you see good followers, good engagement or whatever, people are more likely to engage with you, more like higher level people, right? Exactly. And also with personal branding, as I said, it just opens up more opportunities. You can help more people as well, reach out to more people, and like the main part of it would be the networking part.
Okay, I feel in that one. Yeah, I guess with personal brand, I just realized how many more people actually buy in to what I have to say now. When you have a few pictures up and you have a few videos up, people are way more likely to want to buy in.
Yeah.
Not even just with people online, but just like friends in general, people around me. Like when I start posting and start putting out content that people actually engage with, it's a different story. People, I always say this this is bad, but it gives you a higher status.
Definitely.
Because when you have a higher status, you have more leverage on the other person, kind of exchange value and actually have the chance to talk to them and sit down. Like when I was in the past, when I wasn't posting, I had 400 followers, on Instagram last year and all this stuff like that. It was a different game. All your friends have 400 followers, but if you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, right? Most of your friends don't. So over time, when you get past your normal friends, you get into better networks. And trying to reach out to people, it just makes it easier for you. So
Definitely, yeah. We can even see it through like Ty Lopez and Gary Vee, how much they leverage. Like in the beginning stages, Ty, what he did was just use ad and just spend basically get traffic just so he can grow his personal brand. And now that he has his personal brand, I think that just helps him connect with people like Mark Cuban, or meeting people like Rihanna and stuff like that, right?
He has an interview with Odell back
exactly, like and that's through his personal brand. Not it's like there are a lot of people with a lot of money, but the people with the personal brand and have money like tend to prosper more, and you can see that with Ty Lopez, how much he's grown just through his personal brand.
Yeah, the personal brand brought us together. So I mean,
basically, that's basically it.
Definitely, that's just go to show you. But it's personal brand. Let's get into more some better questions now. I think passes about like popular stuff. Let's go into how important is networking. What are our experiences with networking? What have we gotten out of it? So I guess you can start with that.
So networking, I think, is like one of the most important factor in like entrepreneurship, because they're like there's a bunch of coaching sayings like your network is your net worth or whatever, and just like it's just having the right people with the right mindset. And not only that, like just networking with people that are doing better than you, right? Just acquiring mentors. Like me, I network with one of my role models, Brandon Carter, right? And that just helped me it opened so much more opportunities for me, opened many doors, and now I'm actually like working with him on stuff, partnering with him on stuff, right? And just like networking, like you just get to meet cooler people that are in the same journey as you, like me and you, right? We just networked off Instagram DMs, right? Stuff like that. So networking is really key.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for me, I started like my networking journey just going to like my school's business events. So I was a finance major at the time. I was going to always single events, like always talking to people. At first, honestly, I was so shy. I could never ask any questions. Like I had no idea who I was talking to. I thought these like high level, like, or not even high level, but just like these accountants were like so cool. Like after a while, I'm like, the accountants are like not as important as I thought they were. But like I said, with networking, that's how I started out. And over time, I went to a few events. Like I went to an event in California. It was one in La Jolla, San Diego. Jaden was there, Hayden Bowles, always like top entrepreneurs in the space were there, and like that kind of blew my mind. I started talking to them, and like that gave me a lot more confidence over time. And also I went to a Tony Robbins seminar as well. And, networking there too. I met people who had their own business, who had the same mindset and beliefs as I did. And like when you kind of interact and mingle with those people, it just makes it easier on yourself, because this whole entrepreneurial niche, it may look abundant online, but sometimes it's like not always there to the normal around you.
Yeah.
But you said you went to one seminar with Brendan, right?
Yeah, that just helped me a lot. Yeah, like I recently, I think it was September. He had an event. He came through with Connor Murphy. I don't know, he's a YouTuber. Got to network with him too. Just like met with his team. Just got to know him. You just get to build a relationship more with your role models and stuff. And also with networking, like mostly in your real life, you don't really have people around you with the same goals that are trying to go the same direction, right? So just having those people online, or just people it's really important when you're networking.
100%, guys. All right, so we're getting to the next question here. So what made you get started in entrepreneurship?
As I said, I talked about Brandon Carter a lot in this video, and that's what basically got me started in this whole business and entrepreneur niche. Brandon Carter, he was a fitness guy, but he also had a supplement company. He was just talking a lot about business, right? So I just followed his stuff, saw Ty Lopez, and then I got into one of Brandon was actually affiliate for Ty's course, so I got into his course, and then just got into the whole internet space, learned about Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, found out about Jared Adams and stuff like that. Just got to meet with more people, and just met more people through the agency group, and that just helped me get into more e-commerce later on, and it's been dope ever since.
So for me, it kind of started out kind of out of nowhere, like kind of abruptly. I guess it was more kind of tapped in like self-development. When I was younger, I was watching a lot of fitness stuff. I was watching a lot of like fashion videos about like self-development, and I kind of subconsciously realized over time, like due to my partner, like I wanted to be in this space. I was always just like growing myself and figuring stuff out. But I kind of got started taking Ty's course. My partner introduced me to that, and once I took Ty's course, that like one first step kind of really propelled into other situations. Just so much opportunity after that, and that wasn't even a year ago. That was April of 2017 when I made the decision to take the course. A lot of stuff since.
Yeah, definitely.
Once you start and get started with entrepreneurship, like it's a hazy like place at first.
Yeah.
But I think once you get into it and like actually like start to see like some progress and some results, but small results, it'll kind of change the way you think.
Basically, yeah. you just see that there's so many opportunities out there. Like
Yeah.
even me and you, like kind of get overwhelmed by all the things, right?
Yeah.
Because like it's kind of hard to focus nowadays. Because like, oh shit, like,
New
people
course here.
exactly.
New-
People are
yeah.
killing with dropshipping. Do I stay on my
Yeah.
agency or do I dropship?
Or do I do crypto?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right? Like just stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's just what's entrepreneurship. You just gotta stay grounded
Yeah.
and just not like follow the shiny
Well,
ball.
focus on one thing and don't stop with it,
Yeah.
because like if you start one thing for 2 months and then you stop and you go to the next thing, well, imagine if you didn't stop, that one thing, you could have way more progress
Yeah.
than you would have had before. Like, the agency sucked. Doing the agency sucked for a really long time. It's still not like the 100% the best, but I've been doing it now, I could say since June, so about give or take 7 months.
Yeah.
If I stopped, after the summer, I was like, okay, this got to be so stressful. I was burning out. But ever since, if I didn't stop, like, I wouldn't have had all these realizations, like what it truly takes to like actually scale an agency. Like now I do.
Yeah.
So I think at first it's gonna suck.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
to like, make that a thing, but it's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? You just have to kind of get your feet wet and get out there. And I think, like, kind of tying back in the question before, like once you kind of meet people and network with them, it just makes it a lot easier on the mental. So that's how I guess we kind of both got started and what it entails basically.
Yeah.
But last question here. What is the biggest realization since starting out? What do you realize the most, and maybe your biggest mistakes, whatever, like something like that?
Biggest mistake.
Realizations.
Like some
clarity.
things is kind of like non-entrepreneur related too,
Yeah.
but back when I first started drop shipping, I realized like my whole mindset kind of changed.
Yeah.
So one of the things I realized is that there's always a way to think. Like there's so many barriers, like especially for me, because it's weird because being in Canada, there's some barriers because we don't have the same access to some stuff that people in the US
Yeah.
have, and you can stop to that, but then you realize that there's always a way to get around it. That's one thing I learned. Another thing I learned is you got to be consistent, man. That's like the main thing. Like if you're not consistent, bro, like you're basically done. Like you can see that with anything, because you start to lose momentum, and once you start to lose momentum, you're basically you kind of stop with it.
Burn out and then
Exactly.
fall off for sure. I guess for me, I think personally the biggest realization I've had recently for sure has definitely been like I was focused on like chasing this facade of success for a long time rather than creating my own. It makes sense and put things in perspective to break it down. Like I was traveling here, I was traveling there, but all the travel and all like the hustle and bustle of doing stuff, like you're not really creating your own success. You're just kind of just following people.
Yeah.
You're not like taking a chance to lead and do what you're destined to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like for me that was like one of the biggest realizations. Like I was just so focused on like who am I following on Instagram, like engaging with their stuff. But at the same time, like I wasn't putting out my own content. I wasn't putting out my own content on YouTube. I wasn't growing my Instagram. I was following everyone else's. So I think that kind of made me realize like it's like one of the biggest realizations I've had recently. And like you said, like with the momentum and consistency, I think that's like very important. Once you kind of have that solid foundation of okay, you can figure out what you're supposed to do each day in your life.
Yeah.
And then kind of build on it per day, and then kind of like the whole compound effect of it, like it will scale over time. Because like small steps lead to like great change. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like maybe sound cliche, but like doing small things every day over time can lead to like massive change for yourself.
Yeah. Another thing I've also learned is mentors, like this, like weird, because not like it's kind of cliche because Ty Lopez always talks about it, but it's so important to have mentors, man. Like having Brandon Carter as a mentor overall is like just legit changed my life. Having Samir as a mentor when I first started out with e-commerce, that just cut the learning curve in half for me.
Yeah.
Just like having mentors is so important because they'll just like get rid of the learning curve, because you can waste like hours of your days watching videos, but mentors can help you in like a second, man. Just tell you
the answer.
Exactly, they already have the answer for the question you're looking for.
Yeah. For me, that definitely to help that as well. I have like you guys probably some of you might know like even Gotzi. So I'm working with his mentor, which is Bob Van Bull. And like I said, Bob really kind of gave a structure. Like before working with Bob, there was no structure on age, there was no structure on anything. It was kind of like, well, we do this kind of action and just see what happens. We're just testing. Yeah. But now, like with a mentor, we're way more proactive about what goes on. It's like he's giving you kind of like the accountability of it. He's helping you out.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously getting a mentor is like not always the easiest thing, because a lot of people just like say get a mentor. What does that mean, right? Like, could your dad be a mentor? Probably not. You know what I mean? Like he's not qualified to give you advice. But I guess kind of reaching out online, growing yourself online, doing things, reaching out as much as you can, networking. We talked about it earlier. Kind of get you a mentor.
Yeah.
But so I guess that sums it up.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to go over? You good?
Yeah, I think that's it. Like if you're really getting started in this journey, I say like the main thing is just to just get a mentor and do your research and also make sure you're following the right people, right? Because there's a lot of people out there that are just like bluff, and they're not the real deal, right? And they might show you the Instagram lifestyle, but they might not be actually living it, right? So you really got to look for people that actually have done great, like created greatness or created actual results, and you can tell that they have actually done it.
Listen to the qualified people, guys.
Yeah.
'Cause I got scammed in the past too, off of like a mentor, and it did not work out so well. So you gotta make sure, listen to the top people, read the top books. Everyone around you, they don't necessarily know what they're doing. They're kind of on the same path as you. They're just creating action. They're doing stuff. But listen to the top people, and that kind of get you far, I think, over time.
Yeah,
man. Let's get it. Guys, subscribe. Splash on PBM. I'll link his channel in the description. I'll see you in the new one. All right. Peace.